Polaris is sponsored by ProSport Grappling, supplying professional event production to the world's leading grappling events.
Quick guard pull from Levi. We kind of expected
right?
this. A fascinating clash of styles here as we see the dynamic, aggressive passing of Chen going up against...
You notice he's staying very low to avoid any of those the inversions of Levi. And Levi's still trying to spin through for the Kiss of the Dragon.
Put a little bit more weight into him. You can even use double grips on both legs. Good. This is the perfect grip. You can come a little bit closer, connect your lower body to your elbow. Good.
One thing that it's not so easy to fight an Ogi with the back of the ground. It's much harder than if you sat, if you get sat, because you are, that's when the pressure comes. Even though like this is my main game, right? But when you are sat, you cause a lot more threat to the opponent, and it's easy to get under the legs.
Yeah, interesting tight position here that Levi's using on that arm. Almost an arm drag position with the leg on the outside. The way that Joseph moves his hips is there's so much fluidity to the movement.
Yeah, it looks like he's slipping a little bit on the mat, so he might be struggling to get the pressure that he really wants in it. Nice little movement from side to side, though.
After seeing Aspen, what happened, right? This is what you need to always be careful, right?
Yeah, Levi almost
especially if
you're
Joseph.
Levi now hooking up the leg. Passing it through, going to the
He's
back.
going to.
Very nice. Going
There's
on the
that
hips.
back take attempt.
Jumping up. Beautiful work.
Can he get the control, though?
He's got one. He's going over the top.
He's got the second one.
And the arm's trapped.
Takes the back of Joseph Chen.
Beautiful.
The
Joseph
very
Chen.
beginning of the round as
Yeah,
well.
2.5 minutes in, or under 2.5 minutes,
Joseph
just over
Chen's
2 minutes.
holding on to Levi's shin to prevent that body triangle coming into play.
I don't think for much longer.
I mean, the question is that arm underneath going to be working against him, isolated there?
Levi is, you know, he doesn't quite have the grips.
Joseph is turning in now.
But again, this would be just a point, right?
Yeah, it's
yep.
just
I mean, there is one point.
If Levi comes across to the mount, then he might get it. You can see Levi using the body triangle here.
And a beautiful switch of that body triangle to the other side in order to realign his hips to his opponent's back.
Yeah, and in between the legs, this is very tricky to get out of as well. Often people will try and like kind of spin their hips to clear that hook, but here you can't do that in the same way.
Now let's see the patience and the escaping method that Joseph will have to use now.
I mean, you could see Joseph try and do it there. He tried to bring the hips underneath that hook in the middle, but he just can't. But this is really Levi's position, certainly in the
that's
gi.
what I was saying, yeah.
You know, and it's going to be interesting. And the other thing is, you know, Joseph had a very tough match, and then he had a very short break in between.
Yeah, he had the shortest break of anyone here so far tonight.
Talking about shorts, you know, PJ has a big advantage.
Yeah.
I mean, PJ's going to be watching this and thinking, you know, make this match last as long as possible, get exhausted, lock onto this body triangle all day long.
Joseph using like kind of a cross hook here, which is interesting to free up the pressure from the body triangle.
I mean, the angle isn't perfect for Levi behind here, and you can see, and there's a recorrection of that position there and a lock to the other side.
Yeah.
Joseph always being aware of trying to create suboptimal angles here for this back control.
Yeah, he's pulling those hooks up high. This is a much better position. And Levi's on the chin here. Can't quite get it, though. Joseph did a good job.
Pulling him to the other side now. This is going to be a strong position. He's fighting the hands now.
Getting it.
And he's just going to lock off over the face, I think.
Yeah, this would be an amazing
and the pressure's on.
Levi.
Levi's putting everything into this.
I think it's going to be it.
I mean, it's tight, but Joseph's just kind of accepting it, right?
Yeah, I think he's
and with that
deep now.
Yeah, with that grip, it's going to be. It's not as.
I mean, he's putting the pressure on here. I think Joseph is thinking about tapping here.
Yeah.
It's not underneath the neck.
But still.
But it's still putting a lot of pressure through.
Yeah, you can see him
through that. When he starts moving, now escaped.
Yeah.
But
very close.
Oh,
and he turns in here.
Yeah. That's incredible.
Wow.
See, this is
weathering the storm there.
Patience.
And what you were saying.
1-0.
Yeah, exactly. But, you know, what Tom was talking about earlier, that the way that these points work, it's only 1 point for the back now. So a guard pass, a sweep, a takedown, anything equals this up. And is this going to be disheartening? You know, how do you take it if you're Levi? Do you go, I managed to get his back and almost submit him, or do you go, I almost submitted him and he escapes? What do I do now?
Yeah. I mean, the thing is it's going to really come down to the mental composure. How much energy did Levi use in that
on that squeeze? Yes, on that squeeze.
Is he now just taking a thing? I mean, the other thing is, he was in one of the toughest training rooms in the world.
Yes.
I'm not talking about the athletes, but like the physicality of being in Unity, like no oxygen, you know, the Murillo Santana, the Meows, all of those guys that were training there. I remember seeing in an interview just saying it's like, training is easy. There's no hard sessions for you anymore because he's been through that kind of crucible and he's come out to the other side.
Yeah, and Joseph, he got to his best position on Joseph, and Joseph managed to escape.
Yeah.
Of course, this is going to play out on his mindset, right? But at the same time, he's one ahead.
Yeah.
And I would be very surprised that if he would start exposing himself to attack anymore.
Yeah.
Which
you think he's going to get a little bit more cautious about losing that point?
Yeah, I think you know, especially that the way that Joseph's trying to pass, he's not going to pass. He just needs to be careful with the heel hooks, like PJ did, right? But if he doesn't expose himself, I would find it very hard for Joseph to pass the guard.
The thing I worry for Levi is that if he gets too defensive, you know, he's just getting that pressure of Joseph. Joseph's going to get more confident as he goes through. Oh, he's not trying to do anything.
And this is the thing, it's just one guard pass, and it's going to equal up the score. I mean, it won't equal up the whole match because, of course, that submission attempt was super, super close. Yeah. Joseph, realistically, is going to have to do something significant on top of getting a 1 point guard pass. It's going to probably have to be 2 points, or he's going to have to get a really deep submission of his own in order to really even this up on the judges' scorecards.
Just over 3 minutes, I think it's going to be a very tough challenge. Not impossible.
Yep.
No.
But you can see that Levi is not trying anything.
Yeah,
he's just dealing with it, which is the best tactic for him.
Exactly.
I think this might play against him as it comes later. If Joseph starts to up the pace a little bit more, and Levi's in this kind of defensive rhythm and being a little bit too complacent, like.
Well, he's not going to open though. Look. That's the thing. He's just canceling everything that Joseph's trying to do. And as you said, he's fit guy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh, almost a pass here and again for Joseph. The way he's hitting these redirections from side to side.
But you see that?
Yeah.
His defending mode is there.
Yeah.
Would be much more riskier for Levi if he opens to attack, and then he would have the counter, you know?
Yeah,
anything that you do first.
Yeah, he's done a very nice job of repummeling his legs all the time and controlling that distance again.
I feel like the only way that Joseph is going to get a pass here is if he actually starts to wear on Levi. And like you said, you know, it's so difficult to do that. He is in great shape. He has gone through some of the hardest training you're ever going to find in the world. You know, can you break him physically? Can you break him mentally? And the answer is very possibly not. But that's what Joseph Chen needs to be doing right now.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like he's trying to hop over the knee and step back into the inside.
And he's trying to give the burning ball to Levi, but he's not buying to it. See, look, if he see that he's worried about.
Yeah,
if he goes to burning ball now, it would be a danger for
yeah,
Levi.
You can see that Levi's just pulling that knee line free, and that knee line is so crucial in this position. You know, it's what's really saving Levi. You know, and as you're saying, Braulio, to go to that De La Riva, use that deep hook, invert, it could be real problems for him.
Just over a minute and a half left in this match.
Basically, Joseph is trying to bait into Levi to attack him.
Yeah.
But he's completely defensive mode now, look. 1.5 minutes to go. It's much more slippery now, but Joseph did a very good approach there. I think he should keep trying that.
Yeah. I mean, this is why I love this point stuff, right? Because it forces Joseph to be a more aggressive. You know, Levi has to play a more tactical game. It can change like that.
Yeah.
But he, you know, like we said, Joseph is going to have the pass and then something.
Yeah.
Realistically, he needs to get at least 2 points here to be able to win this match.
Yeah.
1 minute left now. Levi Jones-Leary up 1 point.
I mean, this would be a huge win for Levi as well. You know, it really is only like, I think it's his second Nogi competition, and you know, to take out someone like Joseph, you know, Joseph's young in the sport, but you know, he's got this big name behind him.
He's shown us just you know such incredible performances.
Yeah. And then, you know, we got 35 seconds left. Let's talk about PJ versus Levi.
Yeah. And then PJ is resting since yesterday.
Yeah, and he's you know, exactly right. And he's just faced someone that's essentially the same.
Very similar.
Yeah, very similar game, right?
That'll be good to see how he's going to deal with that. Because Levi
is he going to chuck another heel hook? Is that going to be the key to win here? 10 seconds left, and it looks like it's going to be Levi Jones-Leary with that early back take.
Yeah.
That is going to be enough to get the victory here and move into the finals.
Man,
and there you have
amazing retention from Levi. Really good job.
Levi,
Wow.
in the finals against PJ.
Yeah, that's that's an amazing performance from Levi. Very, very good. Very composed at the end as well.
That back take was incredible.
That was beautiful. He went K-guard. Looks like he switched the